Hello, and we are back. Continuing on, we left off with the vanilla item retextures and tweaks. First up is a Median-born Book of Silence armors. Which does have a faux mod. Looks like I may need to go ahead and maximize again. Alright, so we want custom. We want none. We do want steel plate. We do want leather. We want none. We do not want fur. For Elven, we want dark default. We do want Dwarven. We do want Ancient Nord. We do want Orcish. And on the next page, we want Scaled, none. Wolf, we want Gray Fur. Glass, we want none. Ebony, we want none. Blades, we want yes. And Falmer, yes. Okay, install. Alright, and I forgot to activate those. Let's go to the file tree. We want meshes, armor, blades, and we want to delete first person blades armor underscore 0 nif, and we want blades armor underscore 1, blades armor f underscore 0, and f underscore 1. Then we want blades armor 0, blades armor 1, f0, and f1. Okay. Oops, no, not these. Sorry. Alright, so the first two I had right, but not morph. Oh wait, yep. I was wrong. I had it right the first time. Next up, we want blades helmet f.nif. Okay. So once again, first person blades armor 0, 1, f0, f1, and then we want blades armor 0, blades armor 1, blades armor f0, and f1, and then the helmet. Alright. Next, we can close that, move on to the Blade of Woe. Looks good. Okay. Next up, we have the Book of Silence creatures. Now, all of these Book of Silence ones came from the same mod page, so we will need to change the mod name. Up here, we're on the creatures now. It's got a faux mod. We want custom. Okay, so we want none, no Falmer, but we do want Charis. I'm guessing we did not want Spriggan because it wasn't listed. Yes, it was. I'm just blind. Anyway, we didn't want it anyway. Install. Okay. No special instructions, so you can move on to the Dragonborn DLC. Again, with a faux mod. Yeah, I can read this one. We want custom. We want black fur. We want bone meld armor, acolyte masks. Do not want dragon priest masks. We do not want hulking draugr. We do want ash spawn. And we do want ash guardians. Okay, install. And I forgot to rename it. Okay. Next up we have Book of Silence weapons. Okay, I can do this one. We want custom. And we want pretty much everything except for Skyforge. Install. Activate it. Go to file tree, and we want to delete the entire mesh folder. So delete that. Yes, and close. Next up, Midian-born Book of Silence unique items. And I'm sure we're going to want custom. Let's just double check though. Yep, custom, and then we do want Targe of the Blooded, not Wuthrad, none. We do want Helm of Ingol. We do want Mace of Molag Bal. We do want Mehrunes Razor. We do want Volendrung. Sun's Armor. Ebony Mail, we want none. We do want Staff of Magnus, and we do want Dragon Priest Masks. Okay, install. Alright, no special instructions for that one, so we're on to Midian-born Book of Silence Content Add-on LE. Manual looks good. There's a bunch that we can delete, but I'll go ahead and install it first. Okay, open it up and go to File Tree. And we can delete the ESP. We can delete the entire improved closed-faced helmets version folder. Then we want to go to Textures, Armor, and delete the Elven folder, the Iron folder, and the Wolf folder. Okay, delete those. Yes. Then go to Textures DLC2, Armor, delete the Nordic Carved and Nordic Shield, then we go to Textures Weapons, and delete Elven. Okay. And that is all for that one. Next up we have the Midian-born Content Add-on SE. Looks good. Alright, no special instructions, so moving on to Midian-born Hide and Studded Hide. Looks good. Next up, a Midian-born Imperial Light and Studded. Looks good. Midian-born Iron and Banded Iron. Okay, it's not a deletion, it's a rename, so go ahead and install it. Go to File Tree, Texture, Armor, Iron, and we are looking for shield_m.dds, and we want to change it to shield_em.dds. So rename, add the E, enter. Okay. Close that. Moving on, we have a Midian-born Scaled Armor. Looks good. Midian-born Stormcloak Officer Armor. Looks good. Next up, Apophis Dragon Priest Masks. Looks good. Next up, Lean Wolf Better Shaped Weapons SE, and that's a faux mod I need to have maximized. Alright, so we want install everything default. We want one-handed sheath and greatsword sheath. We want none of those. Let's see, step 4 glass, we want none of those. Next. Stalrim, no refraction. Next. Dawnbreaker Sheath Elf. Next. Dawnbreaker 4 E and B. Dragon Boring Weapons. And no dual sheath. Install. Next up, we have Elven Weapons for Silence, Dark Obsidian. Set data looks good. And it has an optional, well, miscellaneous to be exact. Yeah, we'll go with that. Looks good. Next up, we have Greatsword Sheaths and Scabbard Redux. Mesh is thin. We want full size, and we want Skyforged Steel. Install. That was easy. Next up, Ebony Weapons Retexture. Looks good. It has an optional. Looks good. Next up we have Rustic Armor and Weapons SE. Set data looks good. Activate those. We need to go in and go to Textures, Weapons, and delete Blade of Woe. Close that. Next up, Frankly HD Dawn Guard Armor and Weapons. It's a FOMA, but there's only one page and it's easy. 4K install. Next up, Frankly HD Nightingale Armor and Weapon. Alright, first page we want 4K. Next page we want only the full glove option. Install. Next up we have Gemling Queen Jewelry. Nope, first up before that we have the optional that I was about to skip. It's a long name, but it'll work. Alright, now we're on to Gemling Queen Jewelry. First up, we want all three of the first square and both of the next one. Okay, next we want Amulet Textures 1024. Next, we want Ring Textures combined 1K. We want none on the optional and none on the last. Install. And we need to go in File Tree. Let's go ahead and make that smaller again. Let's see, we need to find the ESP. Delete that. Next up we have improved close face helmets. Set data twice. It looks good. Do not want to extract the VSA. I'm going to risk moving it back to split screen. Next up we have Apophis Improved Close Face Helmets patch. Looks good. New jewels for circlets. Set data. Looks good. Next up, rustic clothing special edition. Okay. Excuse me. Next up we had Frankly HD Stormcloak and City Guards. Set data. Looks good. Which has a update file. Since it's an update, we don't have to change the name. Just merge. Next up we'll have Stormcloak Armor Revival. Looks good. Next up we'll have Sigils of Skyrim, Shields. Okay, I thought I remembered that name. Apparently we earlier downloaded the banners side, and this is the shields. So let's go ahead and change the name. There we go. Next up, Frankly HD Thieves Guild Armors. It's a single page with a single option, so we'll be easy. Well, it's got two options, but we only have to choose one, so the 4K. Okay, next up, armor conversions. TBM, vanilla, armors, and clothes. I remember this faux mod. There's a lot of choices, aren't there? Okay, so just choose vanilla variants. Alright. There are a lot of choices, but they made the faux mod simple. Okay, and we want the USEP compatible version. And vanilla. There's not a vanilla option, but spice is usually the sexy option, so we'll just go with that. Vanilla, 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 vanilla. I'm not going to keep saying vanilla over and over again. That'll get really old and annoying. Luckily, vanilla is usually the default, so just have to go a little slow just to make sure I don't accidentally select something that's not vanilla. There we go. I stopped at that one point just to see what the option was, but okay. First we got to open the file, go to File Tree. I'm going to do this in Explorer because I think it'll be easier. Navigate to Meshes, Close, Meshes, Close, Graybeard Robe, and move it to, or move the entire folder to just Meshes, Close, Graybeard Robe. Okay, so cut, paste, there we go. Then delete Meshes Armor, Daedric. We're looking for Daedric Helmet F and Daedric Helmet F underscore 0 and F underscore 1. So helmet, delete. Then we go back to armor and we're looking for hide and F. Then we're looking for Cuirass medium 0 and medium 1. Okay, delete. That's all for that. We go back to the main folder and we want to delete this ESP. I think yeah. I just wanted to make sure it was the right file name before I moved it over. And replace. Okay. Close. Close. Onto Echo's Dark Brotherhood Shrouded Armor for UNP. Manual. Set data. Looks good, but we don't need the texture folder, so we can uncheck that and click OK. Next up, new items. Amulets of Skyrim, tweaks and fixes. Looks good. Amulets of Skyrim itself. Looks good. No for extracting. Bandoliers, bags, and pouches. Oh, there it is. The fact that it keeps putting this delayed to level 30 at the top is really throwing me off because I keep looking at that thinking that's the next mod. Alright, bandoliers, bags, and pouches. Manual, looks good, and we do want to extract this one. Okay, next up we have Cloaks of Skyrim, which has a faux mod. One page with this easily read option, so we're good. Main version, install. Let's activate all of those. Open that, go to File Tree, and we want to delete the USEP patch. Close that. Next up, Immersive Armors has a faux mod. Single page, so we're good. It's a semi-large mod, so it'll probably take a little bit of time to extract. Sorry, cracking my knuckles. Alright, and we do want to install UMP support. That was the only option. And we do want the PSA extracted. Okay. Activate that. We go in and delete the armor underscore extra ESP. And then we go to Cathedral Assets Optimizer, and this time we will close Mod Organizer 2. Cathedral Asset Optimizer, run the exe, open, go to mods, we're looking for Immersive Armor. Select the folder, and we want the BSA pack, I believe, our profile, I believe. So type that. Change it to BSA, yes, and that changed the mod back. Hang on. Maybe I shouldn't be clicking yes. I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Immersive Armor, select BSA option, and yes. What it was I changed the profile. Once you change the profile, it goes back to the last mod that you used that profile on. Okay, this will probably take some time because it is a large mod, like I said. Let me go ahead and pause the recording and pick it up once it's finished. Hello, and we are back. Okay, that finally finished, so close that. Can well, minimize that. We may need it again. And then we open Mod Organizer again. I still have not set up a shortcut, so back to the main folder. Alright, scroll that back down to the bottom, go back to the download section, and there we go. Okay, so we finished Immersive Armor. On to Jesus Swords. Manual, set data, looks good. And note that there is a notice to make sure you download the old file and not the current file. Okay. Next up we have Quick Light. Set data, looks good. Next up the SJG Quick Light patch. Looks good. Next up, Winter is Coming SSE cloaks. Manual, looks good. Next up, new weapons and armors. Starting up with Ethereum Armor and Weapons compilation. Set data again, and looks good. Next up, artifacts, the Tournament of the 10 Bloods. It's only 2 pages, and both of them are easy to read, so no need to maximize. And we want 4K resolution. We don't want the flame effect, and install. Just make sure that last one, yep. Mod contains a BSA, no for extracting. Next up, Oblivion Artifact Pack. Looks good. No for extracting. Next up, Heavy Armory, the Weapon AIO mod for Morrow-Loot Ultimate. Has a faux mod. We want the second option on the first page, install. Next up, we have Lore Weapon Expansion. Looks good. No for extracting. Open it up. Go to File Tree. And we want to delete Daedric Crescent ESP. We want to delete Gold Brand ESP. And we want to delete Relics of the Crusader ESP. And we can go ahead and delete this ESP and go to Explorer, Manual Downloads, and we want okay, I know I downloaded it. Where'd it go? Just download it again. Okay. Extract. Cut. And we're going back to There, paste, close, close. Alright. Next up we have Black Sacrament Armor, SSE. Looks good. Next up we have Lustmord Vampire Armor. Looks good. Next up we have North Girl Armor, UNP. Looks good. And we do want to extract this BSA, so yes. Next up we have UNP Rogue Armor for SE. Set data again, looks good. Alright. And we need to convert it to Form 44, so go to our Creation Kit profile. Disable all visible, yes. And we want to enable the rogue. Okay, no missing masters, so just run Creation Kit. Okay, we want to set as active file, click OK. Am I hearing things, or was there a cat meowing? I don't have a cat. Must be outside. Okay. Once it's loaded, just hit save. Save complete. Close that. Okay, let's uncheck that so it's already unchecked when we come back to this profile later. If we ever do. Back to main profile. Clear the filter. Moving on. Next up we have Royal Armory, new artifacts. Looks good. No for extracting. Next up, Faction Crossbows, SE. Looks good. Next up, Scout Armor, SE. Looks good. The mesh is fixed for the Scout Armor. Looks good. Scroll to the bottom so we can activate as we go. Next up, Talos Housecarl Armor Pack. Set data, looks good. Volkihar Knight Vampire Armor. Set of data, looks good. Yes for extracting on this one. Next up, Wayfarer Coat. Set data, looks good. Next up, Silver Arrows. Looks good. Yes for extracting. Silver arrow, weapon projectile, bleh, projectile speed fix is what I meant to say. Looks good. Activate those. Next up, weapon and armor retextures. Medium worn textures for immersive armor. Set data. Looks good. Imperial medium born retexture. Looks good. Cloaks of Skyrim HD. Looks good. Next, Cloaks of the Nord. Set data. Looks good. Noldorian Ancient Falmer armor. Sorry if you can hear my dog being annoying in the background. Next, nope, that one needs to be optimized. Okay. And there goes my timer. I kind of want to complete what I've got downloaded, but that's going to take a few minutes. This may end up being a long episode, I'm sorry. I will optimize this off camera. Like I said, I'm trying to get through these quicker, and we've seen how the optimization is done. Just remember to change it to no BSA profile and run. Alright, Oriel's bow and quiver. Set data 4 times. Grief. Looks good. Next up, Noldorian Dawnbreaker. Okay. There's the data. Set that one as data. Okay. And we need to go inside. File tree. And we want to delete texture, weapon, Dawnbreaker, and we're looking for Dawnbreaker _G. Delete. Yes. Close. Oriel shield. Set data. Okay. Next up, Dragonbone Mastery has a faux mod. And of course I can't read that. So we want darker bone, vanilla style arrows, full length scabbard, traditional design, and opaque meshes. Install. Alright. Zim's artifacts. We want all artifacts. Okay, we want none, none, none. None for Sanguine Rose. None for Savior's Hide. And none for Volendrok. So basically none across the board here. Okay. Install. Once installed, we go in, file tree, and we delete the BSA files, .rar. Next step, sound. Lucidity Sound FX. Manual. Set data twice. Looks good. to, oops, go into that one, go to File Tree, and we're looking for, okay, remove the ESP if you don't want options to change the volume sounds of each audio category. You know, I probably won't ever use that, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. Saves an ESP spot. Next, we want to delete the sound, FX, NPC, Dragon Death Sequence. We're looking for Dragon Death Sequence wind.wave. Okay, delete. Yes. Alright, moving on. Audio overhaul. Looks good. Does need to be extracted. Okay, next up, Immersive Sounds Compendium. Has a faux mod. Next. Okay, so we want less intense plus less impacts. Or less instant impacts, not less impacts. And we want semi-smooth equip. Next. Realistic twangy. We want alternate. And we want high fantasy. Next. We want extra gory kill move sounds. We want Templar and alternate. Next we want all three. Next we want silent Nirnring sound. More rustling heavy armor. And TSO summoning. Install. Okay, Immersive Sound Compendium patches, the ISC Enhanced Blood Textures patch. Looks good. Okay, and we want to go to SSE Edit and flag it as a ESL. Select none. Scroll to the bottom. That one. Okay. Alright. ISC patch. Edit. Yes. ESL. Okay. Close. Okay. Next step, audio overhaul. Immersive sounds patch. Looks good. Next up, Heart of the Beast. Set data. Set data again. Okay. Alright, in the last section, basic needs and survival. We have campfire. Looks good. No for extracting. We have frostfall. Looks good. No for extracting. Okay, no extracting on anything. Next up, camping and frostfall unofficial SSE. Set data looks good. El Sopa Campfire HD looks good. Frostfile Vampire Fix looks good. I want has a faux mod with 2 pages. Alright. First up, neither of those. We want all 3 of these though. We want Hearthfire Wells, and we want Sky Test, which is already selected. Next. The only thing we want is Sacrosanct. Install. Has a BSA but no extracting. Next up. Oh, and that was another one that we are required to get the old file for because it hasn't been updated for the guide yet. I want R&D widgets. Looks good. No for extracting. Keep it clean bathing mod. Faux mod. Alright. Next, we want none, compatibility, and none. Okay, next we want compatibility patch. None, 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 and none. Okay. Next, I use an ENB or reshade preset. First person thoughts. I need it, and I do not use a controller or never face teleport issues. Okay. Okay, and there was an update file for it. Since it's an update, we keep the name the same and click merge. Then we go in file tree and we delete textures, actor, character, face gen, face tint, keep it clean, and delete the TGA. Yes. It says delete all the TGAs, but there's only one, so. Next up. Widget add-on for keep it clean. Faux mod. Just the 1 page, and we want the I want R&D. Install. And lastly, the LOTD safe house keep it clean bathroom patch. Looks good. Okay. And activate those. Alright, and there are files in the overwrite directory. That's from running SSE edit. Move content to mod, SSE cache. Okay. Alright, and we are done for today. I've completed page 3, on to page 4 in the next episode. Thank you for joining me.